What if I told you the biggest obstacle between you and your dream life is not your job, not your education, not even your bank account, but you? That's not meant to shame you, it's meant to wake you up. Because deep down, you know you were made for more. More impact, more freedom, more wealth. But every time you try to level up, something pulls you back. You sabotage your own goals, you hesitate on opportunities, and you talk yourself out of your next big move. The Mountain is You by Brianna Wiest doesn't just explain why we do this, it gives us the power to stop. In this video, we'll unpack 6 powerful transformational ideas from the book that will challenge your beliefs, stretch your mindset, and push you to become someone unstoppable. If you're serious about financial independence, personal growth, and building a life of wealth and purpose, you're in the right place. And stick around, because the 6th lesson is the moment where everything finally clicks. And when it does, you'll never look at your life the same way again. 1. Self-sabotage is misunderstood protection. Let's start with the truth we all feel, but rarely say. We are our own worst enemies. But here's what most people get wrong. Self-sabotage isn't a flaw. It's not laziness. It's not a lack of ambition. It's your brain's misguided attempt to keep you safe. Think about it. Every time you delay working on your business, avoid a tough financial decision, or binge watch 5 hours of TikTok when you promised yourself you'd research investing, it's not because you're weak. It's because your subconscious sees change as a threat. Your brain has one job: survival. And sometimes, survival means holding on to the familiar, even if that familiar is mediocrity. But here's the flip side. Once you understand that self-sabotage is protection, you stop judging yourself and start transforming. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" ask, "What is my fear trying to protect me from?" Ever ghosted your own goals? Like, oops, I forgot I said I'd wake up at 6 a.m. and take over the world. Yeah, we've all been there. But that version of you isn't the problem. It's just scared. Time to have a conversation with your fear and tell it you're upgrading. Point 2. Emotions are data, not directives. This one is huge. You are not your emotions. You are the observer of your emotions. And once you learn to separate the two, you become nearly unstoppable. In The Mountain is You, Wiest teaches that emotions are messages, not mandates. Just because you feel fear doesn't mean you're in danger. Just because you feel unworthy doesn't mean you are. And just because you feel anxious doesn't mean you should quit. Especially when it comes to money. Our emotions are all over the place. Excitement at a new opportunity, then fear when it comes time to invest. Guilt over wanting more, shame about past mistakes. And let's be honest, how many people avoid their bank accounts for days because looking would make them feel bad? That's not logic. That's emotional avoidance. Instead of obeying your emotions, start investigating them. Ask, what are you trying to teach me right now? Treat your emotions like Google Maps. Check where they're pointing before you start driving. Because sometimes your emotions aren't showing you where to go. They're revealing where you've been wounded. And that brings us to the next idea. Point 3. Triggers reveal where you haven't healed. Okay, let's talk about those moments when someone says something harmless and suddenly you feel like throwing your phone across the room. Yeah, that's a trigger. But here's what Wiest explains beautifully. Triggers aren't problems. They're portals. They're not there to hurt you. They're there to show you what's still unhealed. You feel jealous of someone winning financially? That's not just envy. It's your inner voice saying, "Why not me?" You feel defensive when someone challenges your goals? Maybe part of you still doubts them too. Every trigger points to a wound, and every wound is a chance to rise. Now here's the crazy part. Most people run from their triggers. They mute, block, avoid. But you're here. You're choosing to lean in. That's rare. That's power. By the way, if triggers were people, they'd be like that brutally honest friend who tells you your breath stinks. Uncomfortable, but helpful. Point 4. You must change your identity, not just your habits. This right here is the game changer. Most people try to upgrade their life by changing their actions. They'll read financial books, wake up early, hit the gym for like 2 weeks. But without an identity shift, habits never stick. You can't out-hustle who you believe you are. If you see yourself as broke, you'll keep making broke decisions, even if you start making more money. If you identify as lazy, Your brain will sabotage every plan that makes you look disciplined. You must become the person in your mind before you become them in real life. This means shifting your self-talk, declaring who you are, taking ownership. From "I want to save money" to "I'm a disciplined investor." From "I hope I can build a business" to "I'm an entrepreneur in training." But what happens to the old you, the version that doesn't want this new life? That's where things get real. Point 5. You have to grieve the old. Growth is a form of grief. No one talks about this part. Everyone celebrates the glow up, but few prepare you for the emotional cost of letting go. The old you, the one who stayed safe, played small, avoided risk, that version of you had a role. They got you here, but they can't take you where you're going. And saying goodbye, that's hard. Wiest teaches that real transformation requires mourning. You'll lose friends, comfort zones, sometimes even your old passions. And just like grief, it's messy, it's non-linear, it hurts. But if you skip the grief, you carry the past into your future, and it drags everything down. So cry, reflect, honor who you were, but don't let them drive the car anymore. Imagine trying to build a luxury penthouse on the foundation of your childhood treehouse. Doesn't work, right? You've got to rebuild. Point 6. The mountain is not in the way, it is the way. And here's the moment it all comes together. The title of the book isn't just poetic, it's revelation. The mountain is not the obstacle, it's the assignment. Every fear, a teacher. Every failure, a stepping stone. Every setback, delay, or detour, a piece of the plan. You don't succeed by avoiding the mountain, you succeed by climbing it. And yes, it's steep. You'll stumble, you'll cry, but you'll also rise. And when you reach that summit, you'll look back and realize you were never climbing the mountain, you were becoming it. Because the ultimate goal isn't to conquer something outside of you, it's to transform something inside you. If this hit home, then you're not just someone who's curious about growth, you're someone who's ready for it, ready to build wealth, ready to step into power, ready to stop waiting and start climbing. And if you want to keep growing, watch this next. How to build mental toughness and resilience. It's your blueprint for becoming unshakable, no matter how steep the mountain. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and remember, you are the mountain. And you are the one who moves it.